All good. They're leaving.
I'd like to call the Monday, June 5th City Council meeting to order. We will explain the disaster procedures. Of course, if there was a tornado, we would go down in the basement. The stairs going down, it's right by the sewer department. And then if there was a fire, we would go outside in a timely and orderly fashion. I'd like to remind you that the meetings are being videotaped, and so it's important that everyone speak directly into a microphone when speaking. And now we'll have the roll call of the aldermen. Jenny?
Alderperson Whitaker.
Here.
Alderperson Schneider.
Here.
Alderperson Duco.
Here.
Alderperson Aris.
Here.
Alderperson Randall.
Here.
Alderperson Ferguson.
Here.
Alderperson Anthony.
Here.
Alderperson Ovian.
Here.
Alderperson Dintelman.
Here.
Alderperson Schaefer.
Here.
Alderperson Steele.
Here.
Alderperson Rothweiler.
Here.
Alderperson Elmore.
Here.
Alderperson Wygant. Alderperson Sullivan.
Here.
Alderperson Ostoff.
Here.
Mayor Wygant is excused.
Okay, thank you. Department heads? Jenny?
City Treasurer Bierman.
Here.
City Attorney Horner. Police Chief Icecant. Fire Chief Stinson. Finance Director Jamie Matrit. Director of Public Works Jason Poole. Director of Wastewater Randy Smith. Director of Library Lee Spearman. Director of IT Eric Walls. City Engineer Sal Elcott. Director of Health, Housing, Building Scott Tyler. Director of Economic Development Cliff Cross. Director of Human Resources Bill Clay. Director of Communications and PR Kathy Kaiser. Director of Maintenance Mike Schaefer. Mayor Jamie Matrit is excused.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, tonight we have no public hearing, but we do have public participation. I'd like to remind you that it's 2 to 3 minutes per person. So, who would like to speak first? I will. Okay, if you could come forward. Yes. Thank you. And state your name and address, please.
My name is Diane Weil, spelled D-I-A-N-E-W-I-E-L. My address is 1929 Hawksbill Drive, Belleville, Illinois.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I live in Turtle Creek, which is a subdivision on the west side of Frank Scott Parkway, and am president of the Turtle Creek Homeowners Association. Turtle Creek is unique in that it is located within the Belleville city limits, but is served by the Swansea sewer system. Last month, I was contacted by the president of Carrington Places Homeowners Association to discuss traffic concerns on Frank Scott Parkway that now exist and will potentially worsen with the 240-unit apartment complex being built at the corner of Frank Scott Parkway and Llewellyn Road. Carrington Place, along with Larkin Meadows and Sullivan Farms, are subdivisions within Swansea city limits on the east side of Frank Scott. However, 5 homes in Sullivan Farms are within Belleville city limits. On May 4th, residents attended the Village of Swansea Board of Trustees meeting, and the mayor said at that time that he would like to meet with a small group of residents. On May 24th, presidents of the 4 homeowners associations met with Mayor Leopold and will meet with him again regularly. Our next meeting is scheduled in November. We discussed our current concerns at that time, which included speeding on Frank Scott Parkway. When residents are trying to make a left turn into their subdivision and must wait for a break in the oncoming traffic, drivers behind the resident regularly pass on the shoulder and even on the left, creating a very dangerous situation in which someone could be T-boned. We're concerned too about the ability of emergency vehicles to easily get to destinations. In addition to the concerns previously mentioned, Turtle Creek residents are concerned about the condition of Frank Scott Parkway outside of Turtle Creek. There are numerous potholes that have been repaired only to reappear at a later date. Before the repairs are done, there are sometimes rebar that is visible in the road, creating a situation in which tires could be punctured and braking systems and suspension components damaged, creating a potentially dangerous situation. Mayor Leopold offered the following in the interim to help with the traffic concerns. The first was to reduce the speed limit on Frank Scott, install signs alerting drivers to the turnoffs into our subdivisions, paint double yellow lines down Frank Scott to indicate no passing, utilize an electronic speed trailer to alert drivers to the speed at which they are traveling, increase police presence and enforcement of traffic rules, and contact St. Clair Board Chairman Mark Kern and St. Clair County Engineer Norm Etling. These are my suggestions and hope that you can help us with these. If the city of Belleville has one, put out an electronic speed trailer to monitor the speed on Frank Scott Parkway to see how fast people are going. The speed limit there is, there's a 50-mile-per-hour stretch where the subdivisions are. So getting onto and off of Frank Scott is not always easy when the traffic is coming at 50 miles per hour, sometimes even faster. I'd love to see an increase in police presence and enforcement of traffic rules. I'd like for each of you to drive down Frank Scott and make a left turn into Turtle Creek, and then a left turn out of Turtle Creek. And do the same at Sullivan Farms, because 5 of the homes in Sullivan Farms are in Belleville. Sometimes it's easy, and there are other times when I wish I had packed a boxed lunch because I'm sitting there for so long. Now, this, I think, is the most important thing, because I think we need to work together. I'd like to see a meeting scheduled with officials from the city of Belleville, the village of Swansea, St. Clair County, the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department, officials from the Illinois Department of Transportation, and the presidents of the homeowners associations to see if something can be done to address our concerns. And I thank you for listening to me. I have copies of what I just said if any of you would like one.
I'll take one for the record.
Who?
I will.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, who else would like to speak? Yes.
My name is Deborah Tiberi. My address is 1953 Hawksbill Drive in Belleville. Do you need the spelling of any of the names? Okay, thank you. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak, and also thank Diane, who is the president of our homeowners association. I'd like to dovetail off of what she said with 2 recent examples that I experienced on Frank Scott Parkway. Last Wednesday afternoon, it was about 4 o'clock, I had been out running some errands, and I had stopped on Sullivan Drive, and I was to turn right. I was on the intersection of Sullivan Drive and Frank Scott Parkway. I was going to turn right, but the light was red. I could have turned right, but chose not to, as it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon and traffic was heavy. The light turned green. I turned my head to check and make sure there was no traffic coming. Turned, as we all know, turn right, left, right, and looked quickly to the left to make sure nobody was coming, and caught out of the corner of my eye a very fast-moving black pickup truck. And it ran the red light. Had I been turning, it would have hit me. And if it was going the 45 miles an hour that is the speed limit, then I am a 5'10" supermodel, because it was ripping right through it was going at least 60 miles an hour, if not more. And it just ran right through that red light and just kept on moving, and it just kept on accelerating. Had I been turning, we would have absolutely had an accident. And I'm sure I would not be speaking to you here tonight. And so fast forward to Friday morning, I pulled out of Turtle Creek onto Frank Scott Parkway. I turned left. I was going past Llewellyn, and I see a car coming straight at me. The car that was coming at me was illegally passing two cars, and I say illegally, the yellow line was solid on his side. Illegally passing two cars, I immediately start turning over to the shoulder because I was going to need to let him by. He goes quickly into the front of the two cars, and I just kind of sit there and shake for a second because I nearly had a head-on collision. And so I am very clearly telling you that we have a very bad problem with cars and traffic on Frank Scott Parkway. It's not necessarily the volume of cars. I think that is a problem. But more importantly, we have a problem with speed. And where is the chief of police?
Right here.
Sir, we need you. We need you to do, I'm sorry, I can't speak, but I'll speak up. We need you to put your little trailer out there and figure out the speed. We need somebody, and hopefully you, to get your patrol officers to come and check that out. I'm willing for you to come. My husband may not be happy with the ticket that I might get, but I don't care. We
No, I heard what
really need
you
you to.
said. I heard what you said. We will get some enforcement out there.
Yeah, we really need you. There is going to be an accident.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time, and I hope for future improvement in that area. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
My name is Meredith Lucas. I'm also a resident of Turtle Creek, 1929 Hawksbill Drive. I'm also one of the people, someone tried to pass on the left. There was a car behind me. Somebody from behind that passed anyway. I barely saw it in time to stop. Saturday, 7 vehicles passed me on the shoulder. So I think it is also important at this meeting that Diane asked for multiple agencies to attend, that the Belleville Police, as well as the Sheriff's Office, also attend that meeting. I worry, we only have one school-aged person in our neighborhood. We're mostly slightly older. And but that person is a high school student, I think recently gotten a driver's license. I'm very worried. I know there are other students I see getting off school buses. I'm afraid someone's going to be killed. And I don't want to see that. So, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good
The
evening.
mayor and the city council here. My name is Elaine Watson. I live at 1766 Dalton Drive in Swansea, Illinois. I am the HOA president of Sullivan Farm subdivision that's located between Frank Scott and Sullivan Drive. Sometime I think we're at the Indy 500 location there. Our subdivision is very unique because we have a front entrance and a back entrance. And we worry about safety all the time, 7 days a week, 365 days a week, and many hours also. Whenever there's a backup, accidents, or any problem, or slowing of traffic flow on Sullivan Drive or Frank Scott, people seem to think our subdivision is a cut-through. And when they come through, they drive at a tremendous high rate of speed. we have had several near miss of adults and children and animals, and we've just been really lucky. We have worked with the chief of police, putting out the collection of speeding and the time of day, that the machine they put out there to show you your speed limit, you know, and that only works when it's there. When it's gone, people's back to their old habits, thinking I can get away with it. We must keep in mind when we do development or new structures and stuff, safety first. It really has to be safety. We have no sidewalks on Frank Scott. People not only drive on the shoulder, they drive in the middle of the street to get past you or around you. And they pay no attention to the lane, the lanes that's painted, what they're for. And we do not have a lot of left lane, I don't know how many, on Frank Scott, but I think the only ones that we may have is up there by the Metrolink or the service stations. The other lanes are just 2-lane or merge, and it has caused a lot of problems. We have children walking to the Metrolink, walking to the service station. We have adults walking to the Metrolink, and we have people that just like to walk, and it's very dangerous, not only on Frank Scott, but Sullivan Drive also. And it's beginning to be very dangerous in our subdivisions. We have people that likes to walk, and people just like to fly through. They pay no attention to, the speed limit. They pay no attention to children are here playing. They pay no attention to special need children are here in the neighborhood, or people are just out walking in. Kids at any time, you know, will run out in the streets without looking, chasing a ball. So we're looking to avoid any type of incidents like that if we can, and we need your help. And with Sullivan Farm, you're probably saying, now why is she here? She's from Swansea. I have homes in Sullivan Farms that's located also in Belleville. So we need not only Swansea, we need Belleville, we need the Highway Department, and anyone else in the government agency to help us to see what we can do before we have a really tragic catastrophe out there. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else to speak? Yes.
My name is Mary Therese Hoffman. I reside at 1906 Hawksville Drive. I don't want to repeat anything that anyone has said, but what I wanted to point out is everyone that talks to us, you know, the complex that's being built is in Swansea, not Belleville. But Belleville and Swansea had worked together before on Frank Scott Parkway. When Mr. Gregowitz, probably 2010, was the engineer, it was very dark on that street. And you had Carrington and you had Turtle Creek, which is in Belleville. And to be honest, Turtle Creek originally was unincorporated and Belleville annexed it. I verified that with the mapping department today. So what happened is for either one of us to get a light, for the street light on our side, that light would have to be on Swansea's property. And the light for Carrington would have to be on Belleville's property. They worked together and got that done. I mean, they both, you know, worked it out. So all I'm hoping is that you guys can work with Swansea. I mean, yes, I know it's just 45 homes, but we do contribute a lot in taxes and try to, you know, every time we vote, they tell us we're the highest voting percentage there. But it would just be nice if you guys could help us in assisting with the county in getting the road fixed. You know, that's it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Any more participation? Yes. Mr. Hagberg?
Michael Hagberg. I just want to comment that I do hear and applaud them for going to multiple municipalities to address a problem. But there is another group that I haven't heard mentioned. It's called the East-West Gateway Council of Governments. And they're in the process of putting together a transportation plan that covers many municipalities on the east side. So it would be good to contact them and to get your input into their transportation plan, because that's what a lot of the local municipalities will look for as a plan to be able to work the entire area together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael. Anyone else? Okay, hearing none? Oh, sorry, missed you. Yes, please come forward.
Stuart Lannert, 318 South 29th Street. In regards to the Pledge of Allegiance, the way this country's going, that is going to be considered offensive to somebody, so there'll going to be a do away with it anyway, so no use making a big deal out of it anymore. But I got a thing here I got to read. People of Belleville, due to inaccurate reporting about the Washington Street affair, I did not get out of my truck and use the N-word, nor did I say I would shoot anyone.
Mayor, this is not material to the city's agenda. Point of
I
order,
waited
please.
about 45 minutes to say this.
Mr. Randall? Yes. Mr. Lannert, would you please sit down? Thank you. Okay. Under presentation, recognitions, and appointments, the character word of the month, fairness, meaning playing by the rules, being open-minded, and not taking advantage. So I'd like to ask to read together appointments 7B through 7E. Do I have a motion to approve
Steele?
reading those together?
Well, we don't need a motion, as long as
Okay.
they're good with it, you
Okay.
can go with it.
So now we are going to talk about the reappointment of Andy Gaw, Justin Dominique, Molly McKenzie, and Linda Weisenstein to serve a one-year term on the Historic Preservation Committee. And a motion to approve the appointment of Timberly Hund to serve a one-year term on the Historic Preservation Commission. A motion to approve the reappointment of Cheryl Hillman to serve a two-year term on the Human Relations Commission. A motion to approve the appointment of Hattie Hayes to serve the remainder of a two-year term ending in May 2024 on the Human Relations Commission.
So moved.
Thank you. A second? Lillian? Okay. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Roll call?
Whitaker. Schneider. Duco. Harris. Randall. Ferguson. Anthony. Ovian. Dintelman. Schaefer. Steele. Rothweiler. Elmore. Sullivan. Ostoff. Motion carries, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Now I need a motion to approve the city council meeting minutes, May 15th, 2023.
Schaefer, second.
Okay, thank you very much. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Claims, payroll, and disbursements. A motion to approve claims and disbursements in the amount of $5,183,689.43, and payroll in the amount of $976,742.75 for May 19th, 2023, and $1,024,466.86 for June 2nd.
Whitaker, so moved.
Thank you.
Schaefer, second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Schneider. Duco. Harris. Randall. Ferguson. Anthony. Ovian. Dintelman. Schaefer. Steele. Rothweiler. Elmore. Sullivan. Ostoff. Whitaker. Motion carries, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Okay, motion to approve the treasurer's report, April 2023, and statement of cash and investment report, April 2023. Okay? Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Oral reports from standing committees, special committees, and any other oral reports from the elected officials or staff. Motions from administration. Jenny?
Together, separate? Together? Okay.
I would like 11A4 to be read separately. I just have some questions.
Okay. 11A1, motion to enter into an intergovernmental agreement for property transfer of 500 Wilshire, parcel 07020409011 and 07110203009 between City of Belleville, Illinois and Harmony MG School District 175. 11A2, motion to approve extending the facility use agreement with St. Vincent de Paul Belleville Council at 8800 West Main Street through September 30th, 2028. 11A3, motion to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with Southern Illinois University Edwardsville SIUE for exclusive use of offices M201, M216, M222, M208, and non-exclusive use of classroom and labs M213, M214, M215, M216 at SWIL JWDC 2300 West Main, June 1st, 2023 through May 31st, 2028, subject to final approval by the mayor and the city attorney.
Harris, so moved. Schaefer, second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call.
Duco? Ayers? Randall? Ferguson? Anthony? Ovian? Dintelman? Schaefer? Steele? Rothweiler? Elmore? Sullivan? Osthoff? Whitaker? Schneider? Motion carries, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Jenny?
11A4, motion to approve a contract with Owen Pye to produce annexation video, additional promotional videos, and other services as requested for approval of Mayor Patty Gregory.
Whitaker, so moved. Second.
Thank you. Okay, discussion?
I just have a few questions. First question is, what budget is that coming out of?
Kathy Kaiser's marketing budget.
Okay. Second question, I'm curious why it didn't come through economic development and annexation, because it is-
Because, can I explain that?
Yeah, and
Okay.
and piggybacking off of that
Okay.
is, we're doing the strategic plan right now, and is this something they would have recommended? Just asking. We're
Okay.
spending a lot of money to do that.
Okay. I will tell you exactly how this all came about. Right after I was here as mayor, we were approached by Signal Hill to annex into the city. At that time, we had a meeting where we had put together several plans that we went on a Sunday and spoke to the people from that area that were interested in annexation, and of course there were some people who were not interested in annexation. Since that has happened, we have been approached, and I will not mention the other names from different neighborhoods that have approached us, including the one that I had mentioned about possible annexation. Now, we are a city that in the last so many years, we've lost population. We have people that are interested in being annexed into the city. So, when Sharon Strasbaugh left, and Sharon was making $30 an hour for 20 hours a week. So when Sharon Strasbaugh left, we put out through the Welcome to Belleville page and also through Human HR that we had openings for a replacement for Sharon. So when that was placed, we had 3 people that applied for the job. And of those people that applied for the job, we had interviewed all of them, and 2 extremely well-versed candidates. So one was chosen, and a younger lady, and she actually was only here for a few weeks. She had just graduated, she had a job working through her home, and she also turned around and got married, and then 3 days later after the wedding, then she took another job that suited her better and for her situation. So we immediately had already been meeting with people coming to us about wanting to be annexed into the city. And so at that point in time, I suggested that we bring back one of the other candidates. And that is how we ended up interviewing Owen Pye. Cliff Cross has been in the meetings with people that want to be, or to discuss annexation with us. So I think he can address your questions about the rest of it.
I'm good, because now I get where you're coming from.
Okay.
You're using the person who left, and you're filling it with this. I'm cool with that.
Okay, got it.
Cool with that.
And so anyway, we do feel that he will be sitting in with all the meetings that we have people coming, but we want something generic that we just don't do for one neighborhood. We want it so this can be used year after year after year when we are approached by people about annexation into a neighborhood or into the city. So that's basically what the thought process was behind that. Any more questions? Hearing none? Thank you.
Can I do roll call?
Yeah.
Okay. Harris?
Aye.
Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson? Anthony?
Aye.
Ovian? Dintelman? Schaefer? Steele? Rothweiler? Elmore? Sullivan? Ostoff? Whitaker? Schneider? Duco? Motion carries, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's go to motions from the traffic committee.
This one's gonna be done by
Right.
Alderperson Anthony.
I would like to separate 11B1.
Alderperson Anthony, you want
Yes.
to make this?
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. As a member of the traffic committee and also one of the aldermen in Ward 4, where Abraham Court and Gettysburg Drive is located, I would like to actually not vote to approve this ordinance change. All due respects to Mr. Dale and his attempt to
I'm
to
sorry,
change that
Mr.
ordinance.
Anthony. I forgot to turn off my phone, obviously.
That's okay. We need just an explanation of why we would not like to change that ordinance. We've investigated the situation out at Gettysburg, and to move that no parking sign back up to 25 feet from the corner would give Mr. Dale one parking space. Now, I went out there this evening, and in behind 108 Gettysburg, and this is the apartment building that's owned by Mr. Dale, he has 8 parking spaces back there. 2 cars were parked. On the street, there are no cars at all parked, and that was at 20 minutes to 6 this evening. We don't think that myself and Alderman Ovian here, we don't think it's necessary for us to change the ordinance and go out there and dig that sign up, which would be the second time that we would have done that. To dig that sign up and put it back up 25 feet from the corner. And that is state law that we're adhering to. I think Mr. Dale would like there to be no sign on that side of the street, and therefore his tenants, and I repeat, his tenants can park all the way to the corner. And we've had a problem out there for years, and we eliminated that problem by moving that sign, by putting that sign where it's at today. So we would like to, make a motion, can I do that? To, actually, vote down this, this motion to repeal. You don't need it.
There's nothing to do now.
If there's a motion to approve it and there's a second, you would have a vote, and you could vote no, but if there's neither a motion nor a second, then it would just die.
I understand.
Thank you, Mr. Anthony.
Thank you.
Okay,
So I think you have to ask if there's a motion to repeal.
a motion to repeal? Yes.
I have a question. That was my first traffic meeting I was at. I was under the understanding that there's a no parking on the side of the apartment buildings. So now, if there's no parking on this side of the street, both sides of that street are gonna have no parking. If I'm understanding this right, I need to maybe have it explained. You cannot put no parking signs on both sides of the street.
That's not,
Okay.
that's not the situation out there.
Yeah, there's not a no parking sign on the whole block. It's just, you have to be 25 feet, and now it's 70 feet, and then you can park beyond that, which gains him, as Alderperson Anthony said, one parking spot. You can still park on that street, but it's gotta be more than 70
On both
feet.
sides, then you will still be able to.
No, not on both sides. No, you're right about the fire lane. On one side, there is no parking on the side of the apartment building. That is correct. That is true.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though, Mr. Elmore, isn't there parking behind the
Parking
apartments?
lots, yes. the
Yes,
apartment buildings
behind
have
the
their own parking
apartments.
lots, true.
But what I'm asking is, you have the street, there's no parking on this side where the apartment buildings are because of the fire lane, right? So, they wanna put no parking on this side of the street,
Not the entire street.
just a certain amount?
Just the 70 feet. The 70 feet, that is what was
From the
requested.
corner.
That's what's
70
there.
feet.
This already exists.
Correct, this already
That's
exists.
where we're at right now, and we made that change a few months ago after
I wasn't here for that, so
Right,
I'm
right,
asking, I
right.
need to be informed.
70 feet. There you go. Good question.
And he will have one parking spot on that side of the street.
Well, it's not his, it's a public street, but it gains one parking spot by leaving it where, well, I'm sorry. I take that back. If we moved it to 25 feet, he would gain another parking spot, potentially for his.
And the, tall grasses and that, the man lives in the house, he will abide by the rule of cutting them down.
He's been sent a recommendation letter from the housing department.
And he's taking care of that already.
Well, this is why I'm asking.
Yeah, he's taking care of it. The grass situation has already been taken care of, so.
Is the man here that wants this, is he here to speak, or anybody from this, on this issue?
No.
We're past
And
that.
we've, yes, they would have had to speak in public participation. Yes, sir.
I just have two questions, probably for, I guess, for traffic committee as this came through. What led us to considering the repeal of this and going from 25 foot to 70 foot? How does that 45 foot only give us one more parking space?
Jason, you want to come up here? Jason had moved the signs for us after thorough research and discussion of many, many months, maybe a year. We've been discussing this, right? And when we made the change, Jason went out there with the police department and came to us with this recommendation.
No, I think you turned it on.
So this came up as a result of a visibility complaint from Abraham Court onto Gettysburg Road. This has come up a couple different times over the course of probably 3 years, I think. So we went out and posted, a couple years ago, we posted the state law reflecting the 20 feet from the intersection be no parking, okay, on Gettysburg. So fast forward to last year, complaint again. The request that came through traffic was to make the entire side of Gettysburg Road no parking from Abraham Court to Bramble Point. Okay, the opposite side of Gettysburg on the apartment side was already no parking fire lane. Okay, So with that being said, Rob Rust and myself met out on Gettysburg. At the time, Rob was our traffic representative, met out on Gettysburg, assessed the situation, and yes, there was a visibility issue when vehicles are parked on Gettysburg. Also, there was a visibility issue as a result of the ornamental grass in the corner of Abraham and Gettysburg. So as a compromise, we decided to extend it an additional 50 feet, I guess, from the state law being 20 towards Bramble Point. So that still leaves approximately 175 feet of valid parking on Gettysburg Drive. Does that answer your questions?
So that's what we're wanting it to stay as, the no parking for the fire lane and the 170 feet. 70 feet, so that many cars could park on that side of the street.
As the ordinance stands currently, you will have approximately 170 feet of open parking on Gettysburg across from the apartments. Is that? I'm trying to make it as clear as possible, so I hope that's okay.
That's clear.
Can I ask Jason a question? Since it's an ordinance, does that mean that every corner is 70 feet from every corner, or just this particular?
Just this particular location. The state law is 20 feet. Yes.
Okay, so we just changed it for this one
Yes.
person.
Yes. This one location.
Okay. Thank you very much. So is there a motion to repeal?
I'll make a motion to repeal.
Okay.
Wait a minute. If you're repealing the ordinance that's on the books of the 70 feet, if you're making a motion.
I just did.
Okay, I'm just making sure, Johnny. So you want to repeal the current ordinance?
Right.
It is our recommendation that we turn down the repeal.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Alderperson Ayers made a motion to accept the repeal of ordinance 9098. I need a second.
Second.
Okay.
Okay. Now it's back open for discussion.
So voting yes for this motion,
Turns it back to the 20-foot setback.
voting no leaves it the way it is.
Correct.
Correct.
So yes is to,
Yes goes back to how it originally was.
there would be parking on that side of the street.
There's already parking on that side of the street. It just makes a matter if it's gonna be 20 feet or if it's gonna stay the 70 feet where it is now, based on the recommendation from Public Works and the Police Department.
Okay.
No more discussion? Then I'm gonna take a roll call. Yes? Okay? All right. So if you vote yes, you're voting to repeal the current ordinance of 70 feet. Okay? Okay? Yeah? All right. Randall?
No.
Ferguson? No. Anthony?
No.
Ovian?
No.
Dintelman?
No.
Schaefer?
No.
Steele?
No.
Rothweiler?
No.
Elmore?
No.
Sullivan?
No.
Osthoff?
No.
Whitaker? Schneider?
Yes. No. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Do you want to keep the 70 feet?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, then it's a no. Thank you. Duco? Eris?
Yes.
Okay. So we are moving on. Yep.
Okay, the motion fails. So now, Mr. Elmore, would you like to read the next motion?
I most certainly would. 11B2, motion to repeal ordinance 7395-2010, eliminating the handicap parking signage in front of 1418 Orchard Street. So moved.
Harris, second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, this is from Mr. Randall. Motions from Streets and Grades.
Thank you, Mayor. Folks, is there any objection if I read these together? Thank you, I appreciate that. 11C1, motion to approve Reuters Asphalt, lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $579,143.01 for the 2023-2024 asphalt patch program, lower fuel tax. 11C2, motion to approve Hanks Excavating and Landscaping, Inc., lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $294,199 for the 2023-2024 concrete patch program, MFT. 11C3, motion to approve the following lowest responsible bidders for the 2023-2024 materials program, Chris Brothers Products, LLC, in the amount of $238,000, Asphalt Group 2A and 2B. Beelman Logistics, LLC, in the amount of $52,852, Aggregate Group 1A and 1B. Metal Culverts, Inc., in the amount of $39,536.96, Culverts Group 7. And Concrete Supply of Illinois, in the amount of $16,250, Concrete Group 8, MFT. 11C4, a motion to approve a proposal from Hanks Excavating and Landscaping, Inc., in the amount of $25,000 for sewer repair near 313 Woodbury Drive, ARPA funding. So moved.
Whitaker seconds.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Ferguson. Anthony. Ovian. Dintelman. Schaefer. Steele. Rothweiler. Elmore. Sullivan. Osthoff. Whitaker. Schneider. Duco. Aris. Randall. Motion carries, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Okay, now I'm asking for a motion, or does everyone agree to read 11D1 through 11D5 together? Okay, thank you so much. I need a motion to approve the promotion of Battalion Chief Larry Russer to Assistant Chief of Training effective June 1st, 2023 at 12:01 a.m. A motion to approve the promotion of Captain Jason Rumpf to Battalion Chief effective June 12th, 2023 at 12:01 a.m. A motion to approve the promotion of Engineer Mike Miner to Captain effective June 12th, 2023 at 12:01 a.m. A motion to approve the promotion of Firefighter Kyle Bierman to Engineer effective June 12th, 2023 at 12:01 a.m. And a motion to approve the lateral hire of probationary police officer Austin Stummer effective June 6, 2023 at 12:01 a.m.
So move, Anthony.
Thank you.
Schaefer, second.
Thank you. Okay, any discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call.
Anthony. Ovian. Dintelman. Schaefer. Steele. Rothweiler. Elmore. Sullivan. Osthoff. Whitaker. Schneider. Duco. Aris. Randall. Ferguson. Motion carries, Mayor.
Thank you very much. And Chief Stinson, would you like to recognize your promotions? Yes.
Thank you all very much. Congratulations.
Once again, congratulations. Thank you so much. Okay, motions for ordinance and legal review. Alderperson Steele?
Yes, do you mind if I read these together? Is that okay? All right. 11E, motions from ordinance and legal review. 11E1, motion to amend Title III, Administration, Chapter 31, Officials and Employees, General Administration. Section 31.009, Appointment of Employees, and Section 31.031, City Officers. 11E2, motion to amend Title 11 Business Regulations, Chapter 117, Lodging Businesses, by adding Sections 117.50 through 117.55, Short-Term Rentals.
Okay, thank you.
Schaefer, so moved.
Okay, did we get our two?
Yep, I have two.
Okay,
Correct.
thank you. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Now, motions from the Zoning Board of Appeals. Jenny?
Together? Please. Okay. 11F1, 19 May 23, Tisha Winkleman, request for a sign installation permit in the area of special control at 122 West Main Street, 08210443039, located in a C2 heavy commercial district, applicable sections of the city code, 155.052, 155.053, 155.090, Ward 5. Zoning Board of Appeals recommended approval with a vote of 5-0. 11F2, 20 May 23, Dr. Bridget Leibarger, request for a sign installation permit in the area of special control at 325 East Main Street, 08220 through 35018, located in a C2 heavy commercial district, applicable sections of the city code, 155.052, 155.053, 155.090, Ward 2. Zoning Board of Appeals recommended approval with a vote of 5-0. 11F3, 21 May 23, Taylor Thomas, Marshall Enterprises, request for a map amendment to rezone the property commonly known as 424 Lebanon Avenue, 08220118004005014 from D1 Light Industry District to A2 Two-Family Residence District, applicable sections of the zoning code 162.590, Ward 1. Zoning Board of Appeals recommended approval with a vote of 5-0.
Okay,
Randall, so moved.
thank you. Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Communications, Jenny?
Together? Okay. 12A, Lincoln Theater Concerts, 10/13/2023 and 11/10/2023. Request from Lincoln Theater to host Ray Hamilton, Friday, October 13th, 2023, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. and Classic 4, Friday, November 10th, 2023, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Additional city services, closure of 10 parking spaces in city parking lot at corner of North High and East A. 12B, Lincoln Theater Concerts, 8/12/2023 and 9/2/2023. Request from Lincoln Theater to host Thompson Square, Saturday, August 12th, 2023, and Crystal Gale, Saturday, September 2nd, 2023, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Additional city services, closure of up to 25 parking spaces and city parking lot at corner of North High and East A. 12C, Moment of Remembrance Ceremony, 9/11/2023. Request from City of Belleville on September 11th, Memorial Committee to host Moment of Remembrance Ceremony, Monday, September 11th, 2023, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., 1125 South Illinois Street. Additional services, barricades, and traffic control.
Harris, so moved. Schaefer, second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We have no petitions this evening and resolutions. Motion to read by title only, Resolution 3484.
Harris, so moved.
Thank you.
Schaefer, second.
Okay, Jenny?
Ask for all in favor.
Oh, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Miss Jenny.
14A, Resolution 3484, resolution authorizing an intergovernmental agreement for property transfer between City of Belleville, Illinois and Harmony MG School District Number 175.
Harris, so moved.
Steele?
Thank you very much. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Ovian?
Aye.
Dintelman?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler? Elmore? Sullivan?
Aye.
Osthoff?
Aye.
Whitaker?
Aye.
Schneider?
Aye.
Duco? Aris? Randall?
Aye.
Ferguson? Anthony?
Aye.
Motion carries, Mayor.
Thank you. Under ordinances, motion to read by title only, ordinances 9158, 9159, 9160, 9161, 9162, 9163, and 9164.
Whitaker, so moved.
Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, Jenny. Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Jenny?
15B, ordinance 9158, 2023, an ordinance amending Chapter 52 Traffic of the revised ordinances of the City of Belleville, Illinois, as amended by amending portions of sections thereof. 15C, ordinance 9159, 2023, an ordinance amending Title III Administration, Chapter 31 Officials and Employees General Administration, Sections 31.009, Appointment of Employees, and 31.031, City Officers, the revised Code of Ordinances of the City of Belleville as amended. 15D, Ordinance 9160, 2023, an ordinance amending Title 11 Business Regulations, Chapter 117, Lodge Businesses, by adding Sections 117.50 through 117.55, Short-Term Rentals, the revised Code of Ordinances of the City of Belleville as amended. 15E, Ordinance 9161, 2023, a zoning ordinance in regards to Case 19, May 23, Tisha Winkleman. 15F, Ordinance 9162, 2023, a zoning ordinance in regards to Case 20, May 23, Dr. Bridget Leibarger. 15G, Ordinance 9163, 2023, a zoning ordinance in regards to Case 21, May 23, Taylor Thomas Marcel Enterprises. 15H, Ordinance 9164, 2023, an ordinance repealing Ordinance Number 90222 of 2022 regarding a COVID-19 vaccination policy for the City of Belleville, Illinois.
Thank you very much. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Dintelman?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler? Elmore? Sullivan?
Aye.
Ossoff? Whitaker? Schneider?
Aye.
Duco? Harris? Randall? Ferguson? Anthony? Ovian? Motion carries, Mayor.
Okay, we have no unfinished business this evening. Under miscellaneous and new
Alderman
business.
Ovian has his hand up.
Oh, yes.
I want you to go through miscellaneous, or rather the motor fuel tax claims, because I have something under new business I want to bring up.
Okay. So
Do what now?
Need a motion
I
to,
have something under new business I want to bring up.
Okay, so she can move on and do the motion for motor
yeah.
fuel.
Let's go through the motor fuel claims, get that out of the way,
okay,
and then I can bring up what I want to say.
okay. Motion to approve the motor fuel claims in the amount of $132,920.09. Thank you. Second?
I had Ferguson for second.
Okay, thank you. Discussion? All in favor?
Nope.
Oh, roll call, I'm sorry.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler? Elmore? Sullivan? Ossoff? Whitaker? Schneider?
Aye.
Duco? Harris? Randall? Ferguson? Anthony? Ovian? Dintelman? Motion carries, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Ovian?
I would like to go ahead and make sure that these two ordinances that I'm going to indicate tonight are enforced. 7219A, which was created to establish surface parking, and also the second one is 8093-2017, zoning ordinance created number 33, May 17th, for Alyssa Vaughn. Mayor, I thought about bringing this up tonight. I'd like to meet with you tomorrow. If you'll give me a call, Kathy Kaiser and Clifford Cross, because if I do, I'm going to embarrass some people tonight. I choose not to say so. I couldn't get it done in housing meeting, so I had no choice but to bring it here, since I'm no longer on housing. So I'd rather do it professionally, behind closed doors, let you be aware of what needs to be done, and let it go from there.
All you have to do is call Aaron Clifford and make an appointment with us, and
I'll do that
we
tomorrow.
will graciously meet with you, Mr. Ovian.
I won't answer any questions.
No. But where can we see these things that you're wanting?
I'm not gonna bring it up. I mean, I know what the ordinance is.
Lillian, just contact me tomorrow and I'll get you a copy of the ordinances.
Oh,
Okay.
all right, that's all I'm asking,
Yep.
is a copy.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll take care of it.
Thank you very much. Okay, so you're going to do that tomorrow morning, Mr. Ovian?
I will do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, executive session. I need a motion to go
Hold on, I
into
need her to
executive
read.
session?
One
Or
second.
you had
I need
something?
you to read what's not crossed out.
Oh,
So it's in the
motion to
record.
go into executive session to discuss personnel, litigation, workers' compensation, property acquisition, transfer of property, 5 ILCS 120/2C.
So moved.
Schaefer.
Thank you so much. We will now go into executive.
Gotta do, no discussion.
Oh,
All
yeah.
in favor?
All in
opposed?
favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Now, we will.
Hmm? I know, makes me sad. Mhm. Okay, Mayor, I think we can.
Okay, I need a motion to approve a workers' compensation settlement with Mark Stolzatz in the amount of $45,332.70.
Randall, so moved.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Steele?
Aye.
Rothweiler? Elmore? Sullivan?
Aye.
Osthoff?
Aye.
Whitaker? Schneider?
Aye.
Duco? Harris? Randall? Ferguson? Anthony? Ovian? Dintelman? Schaefer? Motion carries, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Now we need a motion
Motion
to
to adjourn?
adjourn.
Here a second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you.